Hi guys, welcome to your daily reading. Today is Thursday, July 24th. Let's see what we have in store for us today. We're going to do a Lenormand spread and then we're going to go into tarot and we're going to clarify and see what happens, what's in store for us. Sometimes it's career, sometimes it's love. We'll see what comes up, okay? Make sure to check out the channel for other content like the pick-a-cards. Also, most of the monthlies are done already for August 2025. So your zodiac sign is probably up. Go ahead and check that out to see what you can expect in love and career for August 2025. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And there's tons of shorts to get kind of to check out. So yeah, those are always interesting topics to see what comes up. Anyway, let's jump in. What can we expect today, Thursday, July 24th, 2025? For the collective, what can we expect? Here we go. 1. That's the one that came out, right? 2, 3, 4, and 5. So certainly we have a message here of endings, right? Excuse me. So you have the coffin, the scythe, the ring, the ship, and the heart. If you guys saw the shuffle, I don't know if it came up, but this one came up in the shuffle, and then it came up as the first card, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it as like an important part of the reading. There's definitely been an ending here of some sort. The coffin to me, so the death card is funny. The death card in the tarot deck, it can mean death and some endings, but it also it has a strong spirit of rebirth and rebirthing something, right? But the coffin in Lenormand is not a rebirth at all. It is the end, and it is a difficult end of something specific. This is a breakup. This is a layoff or termination. This is losing a business or closing down a business. This is the end of something specific. This might even be a break of a compromise or a commitment. This can be a divorce, or this can be a breakup of something that was long-term, like a long-term relationship. And you sort of moving on and moving forward through some other, like a better part in your life. So I don't know if the breakup has already happened, or if you're thinking about it or contemplating it, or if this is something like a topic of discussion that you're having with another person, some kind of ending, and then you're thinking about moving on or moving forward. But to me, the ring can symbolize a lot of things. Some of them have to do with like cycles or commitments or compromises, things like that. In this case, it's very clearly a commitment, and this is a break of a commitment. I am getting a breakup sort of energy or divorce sort of energy here. But again, the ship always, whatever it is that the ship is sailing towards is what's coming up next. And this talks about love, gratitude, joy, things like that. So there are better seasons of life coming, but this shows me a very strong indication of a very big, impactful ending that you've recently had in your life. So let's turn this around, see what we have. The 8 of Pentacles, the Devil, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and this one's calling to me, the 7 of Pentacles. This is a long-term relationship. Sorry, I moved the camera. This is a long-term relationship here, or long-term commitment. This could be a marriage, something of significance in your life, something that you would build through and spent a lot of time and effort on. I even want to say youth on it. And there's a lot of really hurt feelings. There is some toxicity here as well, like with the Devil card. I get some toxic energy sort of coming through. Some kind of like negative cycles as well that were happening or going on in this relationship, in this situation. If it's a work environment, because I am getting some pentacles here, if it's a work environment, it's sort of a toxic work environment. It's like that shark eat shark sort of thing, dog eat dog world. It's very out for oneself, that kind of competitive environment or workplace. No one has anyone's back. It really, really reminds me of like a sales environment where it's like very like sometimes you could do it in teams, right? It depends on the sort of breakout of the company, but it's also a very like me, myself, and I, like what your quotas are, what your numbers are, and stuff like that. It's very pass or fail as well. It's a very difficult industry, but it sort of feels like that. Or like when like attorneys are trying to make a partner, that sort of thing. If this is romantic, I see one person trying to make amends. I see one person coming in and trying to offer their love, their emotion, their vulnerability, trying to, bringing their olive branch basically. And they have a very high fear that they will be rejected, and they have a very high fear that they will be turned down and sort of maybe even laughed at or mocked for some reason. I'm getting that kind of very harsh, cruel reaction. I think someone is expecting that. They're expecting to be, or they're very fearful of that, of getting rejected or being like mocked or cruelly made fun of. I mean, you know what? Being made a fool. That's what they're afraid of being made a fool. If this is a no contact situation or separation or anything like that, they've missed you a lot. And this can go either way, right? It could be you missing the other person a lot, you thinking about reaching out and making amends and extending an olive branch. But I think this person has been missing you and has missed you a lot. There's almost an element of grief in their heart for you. 5 of Pentacles, heart. Even with the 10 of Swords here and the coffin here, just ending. They really thought it was over. You really think it's over. Is it over though? Because I feel like with the amount of energy and momentum and like goodness and good faith that this person is coming with, and with the heart here and the like, this means a lot to this person. So I'm having a tough time believing that it's fully over, but let's see. The story doesn't feel completely over, even though we have it repeated quite a bit that it is. Maybe in a formal sense. Wow, I didn't realize it was the Hierophant, but what I wanted to say is maybe in a formal sense it is over, but in an informal sense it's not. It's almost like, have you guys seen The Parent Trap? This is so weird. Have you guys seen The Parent Trap? Either the original from the 60s with Haley Mills, or The Parent Trap in like the 90s with Lindsay Lohan. Their parents separate and they like basically divorce, or like, they have twins, but the mom takes a twin and the dad takes a twin. And then 12 years later, or 11 or however many years later, they reunite and they bring their parents back together. So and they always had feelings for each other. And then when they get back together, like they get back together. So like, even though they went through a divorce, and it was formally over, in their hearts it wasn't over. So therefore their story hadn't fully been written and completed and written off. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so clarifying. So again, this is very heavy divorce, guys. This screams divorce, the Hierophant and the the coffin and the Hierophant. This screams like divorce or separation, something difficult, something very formally. This could be, again, a breakup, a breakup of an engagement, or even just a breakup, but you guys were so committed to each other that a breakup feels like a divorce or a separation, right? You have the Page of Rods, or the Page of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the Moon, and the 3 of Cups. They want a reunion. This talks about a reunion. This is one of the reconciliation cards in the tarot. The 3 of Cups is definitely about taking you out to coffee, taking you out for a drink, just spending that small quality time with you. I think that's where they're going to try to make a move and say, I'm here, I'm in this, I want to be with you. Because they do want to get back together. It's very clear. The 9 of Cups here is, and I think this is mutual energy, you guys. I think you're both sort of wishing for a second chance here. There's a lot of attraction and chemistry. There's some sexual attraction as well, I will say that. But I think you both want to make amends, and you both kind of want to make this a better relationship. And like, this is a very strong reconciliation energy here. The Moon, though, there's a lot of fear. Remember I said earlier that this person has a lot of fear of being rejected, and like, they're very fearful of not being accepted, and maybe even cruelly made fun of, or being mocked, or being made a fool. This is the fear. The moon talks about fears. Oftentimes it talks about things that are unseen or not the way that they seem. You think this person's very confident. And to some degree, I think this person is confident in the feelings that they have for you and how they see you and what you mean to them. But they're not confident that you will accept them or take them back. So in that sense, there's a lot of fear there. So let's get an advice card. What can we learn about the situation? What can we know? What do we need to know? But there's a very, very strong energy of reconciliation here and this person wanting that with you. But I also see like it's mutual. I think you want them back as well. I will say, even if you don't want them back long term, you do want to see them and you do want to be in their presence because you've missed them as well. So even if there isn't necessarily a future there with them that you see maybe long term, I think that you still miss them and that there's still something there for you with them. Also, this story doesn't feel finished. Like I said, I still feel like there's unfinished business and that there's something that needs to happen in order for you guys to maybe, if it's meant to be, you know, if you guys are meant to let go, you will at some point, but I don't think you're there yet. Okay. So you have Truth Be Told. You have two cards. You have Truth Be Told and you have By the Book. You see how the little owl's opening up the window to their little heart and there's like hearts flowing everywhere. And then here, like the Knight of Cups is bringing in the emotion. Cups are always emotion. You have that twice. And then you have Cups here. If this is a family situation where they're the parent of your children or step-parent to your children or something like that, or parent to your fur babies, they want to be a family again. Because I also get that family here. I get 3 here, I get 3 here, and I get mommy, daddy, baby energy. Or, you know, like parent energy is what I get. Especially if it's a girl. I don't know why I get that. But they do want to come clean. They do want to talk to you. I will say there isn't anything that this person is hiding. I feel like whatever message they have coming in for you is not going to be a big surprise to you. I think you already see this coming. I think you already know what they're likely to say. It may involve and will involve like an apology of some sort, but I think genuinely they're just going to be opening their heart to you. And they're very fearful of what that's going to mean and what you're going to do with that, because that is vulnerability. That is going to be at like almost the most vulnerable this person has ever been or has ever been with you. And there's a lot riding on how you react to that. By the book, they do want to set some things clean. There might be a need to put boundaries here around the relationship, around the communication, or around how to move forward in this relationship and dynamic. So you guys might need to talk a little bit about boundaries. Or how to sort of resolve things in the future and what you guys can, you know, what tweaks you can make to the relationship or to the communication that you guys have. This could also be a co-parenting relationship, in fact, where you guys are not even in a romantic relationship or setting, but your co-parent that you've already, you know, either divorced or separated from, you're coming together to talk about the child or the children involved and how to be better parents within this very conflicting, you know, like very difficult situation for both of you. So that might be something that comes in as well. So it might be a co-parenting relationship, because I do get that family element. But they are coming to you. They do have the best intentions. There's nothing deceitful about this. There's no like big secret you're gonna find out, nothing like that. You already know what they're gonna say. But be kind. That's what I would say, is be kind, be compassionate, and, you know, the golden rule, treat others the way that you would want to be treated yourself. So just be mindful of being extra careful and cautious with this person, because they're taking a leap of faith in talking to you about their vulnerabilities. Okay? All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow for the daily. Also, I think like I said earlier, most of the August readings are up for the zodiac signs, so make sure to tune in for those. And there's shorts every day, every morning. So like, share, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so that you know when videos are being dropped. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.